Joseph Peach, welcome to the Coffee Pod. My name is She Said.
Drink the coffee, it'll make you feel better.
I walked into a hospital pregnant and think I found the love of my life. No more wasting time. Let's get it.
Last night, I had one of the biggest life-changing experiences that I've had this far, and I'm 27 years old.
Let's hear it.
And it's about men. A lot of you know I'm pregnant, but I'm single. I'm not with the father of my child, and I have another child. I was really in my head yesterday, like, who in the hell is going to want to be with someone that has all this baggage? Obviously, I can't maintain a relationship or a marriage. Who is going to want to put time and effort? Who is going to find someone like me attractive? I was just so in my head and so down on myself yesterday. I ended up having to go to the emergency room last night around 10 o'clock because I was having some complications. And the moment I walked in that hospital, my entire life pretty much changed by a stranger, a complete stranger that I've never met a day in my life. The guy at the desk, he asked me what was going on, made eye contact with him instantly. A very attractive guy, very soft-spoken. I instantly just felt warm when I saw him. And you could tell he felt the same way.
Okay.
Told him I was pregnant and my issues I was having, and I went and sat down, and I was really nervous. I was crying. I was there alone. This man came from behind his desk, got knee level with me, grabbed my arm to put my bracelet on it, and looked me dead in my face, and he said, "You're going to be okay. I'll be right here with you. You're going to be okay."
Red flag.
A complete stranger. He obviously was working, so I'm in the waiting room. By the time he gets off, he'd worked 16 hours. He comes and sits by me, and he asks me about my pregnancy, and then his next question was, "Are you single?" And I said, "Yes, but obviously I'm pregnant." And he said, "I didn't ask that. That doesn't matter." He was like, "I have a 9-year-old daughter," and we were talking about our kids. And he was like, "Can I get your number?" And I was like, "Sure." And I was like, "When I saw you instantly, I felt different." And he was like, "So we're on the same level." I felt the same exact way. When I tell you he is the only person that has checked on me today, a complete stranger consoled me and took care of me last night while I was worrying that I was losing my pregnancy. Complete stranger cared more than anybody else in my entire dynamic right now. So we'll see where things go.
Okay. So guys, you heard her story. She was having complications with her pregnancy, it sounds like, and she walks into an emergency room. And the stranger's gesture, specifically how he looked at her and how she looked at him, you know, it was some shit from a movie, it sounds like, almost. And in that moment, she realized that this man cared for her, from what it sounds like. Why do some women have such low expectations when it comes to the type of man they qualify for a relationship? This is a perfect example, and I'll tell you guys exactly why. When you don't have a father in your life who checks up on you, who has shown you what real love looks like, then the standard is set very low. It's set very low. And this is almost a perfect example for that, because she said, nobody right now in the dynamics of my relationships checked on me and reached out to me, cares for me the way that this guy did. So like I always tell people, your parents, the people you grew up with, mother and father, they set that standard for you. For example, if your parents growing up, or your mother, she talked down on you, it was very nasty, and then she also maybe physically hurt you as well, consistently, excessively, meaning that's what you grew up in. That's the type of environment you were used to, seeing the person who birthed you be some toxic modern woman who avoids caffeinated drinks at all costs. And then you go into the dating world, and then you find this guy, and he treats you all right in your eyes from the woman's perspective. He doesn't physically harm you, etc. But once in a while, he talks down to you very, very badly. In that woman's mind, she's like, well, I can handle this because at least this guy isn't hurting me physically. You know, the standard she grew up in, let's say if her father was that person growing up, you know, he kind of sets that standard. So I'm not here to say that I know exactly what's going on in this situation, but I do think there's some truth to lack of a father figure in a chick's life and what she accepts. She's been pregnant twice and by two different men. It's like the more of a stable home you grew up in, the higher standards, the more narrow your dating pool, because you're not accepting all types of toxicity because you weren't used to seeing it. It's always the women who have like the toxic background, etc. Now they're just letting any guy who shows them any type of care or love in a place where they're vulnerable, and they fall for it, which is what I think is going on here. But hey, I may be wrong, right? We could get into these comments that we're about to read real quick and see a bunch of women who are like, sounds like true love to me. Check out this first comment from a woman that says, so you have 2 kids by 2 different guys. Another woman responded and said, so what if she does? And what if she doesn't? I don't think it's any of your concern either way. Kind of does matter. Another comment here says, it's not uncommon. People deserve respect regardless of their situation. Best of luck to this young lady. By the way, this is a look into female world. Women believe they deserve respect just for existing. Men for accomplishing something worthy of respect. So a guy who's had multiple baby mamas, in women's definition, deserves respect. But to a lot of men, they're like, I don't think I would respect someone like that who just purposefully goes around creating a bunch of kids and broken homes. Finally, the last comment here says, I have 2 kids with 2 different men. This chick says, shoulder shrug, LOL. Another comment says, babe, listen to me, okay? You're in a very vulnerable, raw state right now. I know he made you feel seen and special, but keep your boundaries up. Please be safe. So she's like, hey, remember, you're just in a very difficult place, and he may be capitalizing on that. Another comment here from another woman says, you were a patient and vulnerable, and he asked for your number? That's not okay. I'm sorry. What do you guys think of that? Another comment here says, red flag, exclamation marks. Another comment here says, be that person for yourself first. Don't put your whole hope in the hands of someone you just met yesterday. Somebody else here says, no, you are in a vulnerable state. Please stand guard. Yes, there are men wonderful and loving, but we do not live in that world anymore. Be vigilant. Another comment here says, be cautious, optimistic, sweetheart. Know your worth. What's not to like about you? So what? 2 kids. Another comment here says, God sent an angel. So this woman's like, hey, that man's an angel. And another person here responded back to that and says, God sent her a man with the pregnancy fetish. Damn. Another comment here says, your souls recognized each other. Oh, here we go. Past lives and soul ties always find each other. It's those women who talk exactly like this who have the most effed up lives. Because they think every guy who they connect with is like, we were meant to bust my cheeks. Another comment here in response to that says, I was going to say the same thing. Your soul recognized his soul. Another woman here says, please keep us posted. What a beautiful beginning to a true love story or some type of psycho document series. She goes on to say, I'm all in. Congrats, girl. So happy for you, girl. I'll be honest, if somebody who I cared about, a chick, came to me with this type of story, I'd be like, nah, doesn't make sense. But again, guys, I might be wrong. I'm curious to know what you think. Leave your comments down below. I appreciate you checking out another episode of The Coffee Pod. Till next time, I'm out. Peace.